Well, welcome to the 700 Club. It came like a bolt out of the blue. Donald Trump's announcement that he's going to Mexico today on the same day as his major speech on immigration.
Hillary Clinton is also making news. Still more of her emails about to be released, and Democrats calling on her to cut ties with the Clinton Foundation. Dale Hurd has the story.
Donald Trump will be paying a visit to a neighbor where he was thought to be persona non grata, especially after accusing Mexico of flooding the U.S. with criminals as he started his presidential campaign.
They're bringing crime. They're rapists.
Trump has vowed he would make Mexico pay for a wall.
We are also going to secure our border.
Angering Mexican leaders like former President Vicente Fox.
I'm not going to pay for that wall.
Trump was invited by and will meet privately with Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto, who in the past has compared Trump to Hitler. But now Peña says he believes in dialogue in order to promote Mexico's interest. He's also invited Hillary Clinton to meet, but so far no response. Trump's visit comes just hours before an important speech in Arizona, a speech that will clarify his stance on immigration. It's a stance his son says has not changed.
His policy has been the same for the last 6, 7, 8 months.
Meanwhile, more scrutiny of Hillary Clinton. New emails to be released could show how her response to the 2012 Benghazi attack was bungled. This comes after Clinton repeatedly claimed that she had already turned over all of her government-related emails. And there's more. The FBI says it will release information on its investigation of Hillary's email server. Plus, she must answer questions from the group Judicial Watch under oath. And some Democrats and a New York Times editorial say Hillary must go farther than she has and completely cut ties with the Clinton Foundation. A Times editorial said achieving true distance from the foundation is not only necessary to ensure its effectiveness, it is an ethical imperative for Mrs. Clinton. Many polls show the race tightening with Trump cutting into Clinton's lead, but she still leads in swing states and has an easier road to win the Electoral College. But with the debates yet to come, the race is still far from over. Dale Hurd, CBN News.
Boy, it's like slow water torture. It looks like she would have dumped all those things out and gotten it out of the way, but she hadn't. And by refusing to release all this stuff, it's being dripped out day after day after day, and that is her message. She is off message. What is she talking about? Is she talking about the economy, about taxes, about jobs? None of that. It's all about email, 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 and the crooked foundation she is involved in. And that's it. And Trump, it's a master stroke to go down to Mexico. I think it's marvelous. You can fly down there real quickly. He's got his own plane. He'll fly, and then he's got a speech in Arizona, so he flies back across the border. One day he does it. It's brilliant. Well, in other news, could the Department of Homeland Security soon be taking over security for presidential elections? I'm a little scared of that, but that's what they're talking about.
That's right, Pat. Homeland Security is considering declaring the election a, quote, critical infrastructure, and that would give the department the same role in election security as it has for other key assets, like the electric power grid, Wall Street, and 14 other major assets key to keeping the country running. The Washington Examiner reports DHS Secretary Jay Johnson said the department carefully has to consider that idea. Johnson's statement came at a media conference earlier this month, and that was before the FBI identified new cyber attacks on 2 state election boards. Well, ISIS spokesman and chief strategist Abu Muhammad al-Adnani was killed Tuesday while overseeing operations in northern Syria. That admission comes from ISIS. This is a significant blow to the terrorist group that has already lost senior commanders and founders this year. Adnani laid out the blueprint for the ISIS attacks in Orlando and Paris. And in 2014, Adnani officially declared the establishment of the caliphate and called on all Muslims to kill non-Muslims. So far, Islamic State has lost strongholds in Fallujah and Ramadi and is on the retreat in Iraq and Syria. Pat, back to you.
Folks, I want to tell you, we could take those people if we just had a resolute president. It wouldn't take much, but they're a little pipsqueak outfit who has gained power, more and more power, more and more wealth, more and more adherence. And in the Muslim world, if you're winning, you are blessed by Allah, and if you're losing, you're not. And it's time they start losing on a serious basis over and over again. And Mosul is the next target. It's going to maybe be a little bloody getting it, but we must take it back. And then in terms of the coalition, it'll be so easy to declare a Kurdish state with what's in Iraq and what's in Syria and, well, including what's in Turkey. Say, look, these Kurds deserve a state of their own, and we're going to back them and give them the weapons they need to fight, because they're the ones who are doing the major fighting in most of these engagements. So in any event, it's time we get with it. Now, we're going to get with something else, so we've got a health guy that's going to really tell us some good news. But, John, you've got something else first.
That's right, Pat. In health news, following the Mediterranean diet could be better for your heart than taking the cholesterol-busting drugs known as statins. That's the conclusion after a major new study on the impact of the Mediterranean diet on the survival of heart patients. The London Telegraph reports leading heart experts said doctors should recommend the diet to patients before prescribing drugs. The Mediterranean diet includes large amounts of fruits and vegetables, along with fish 4 or more times a week, meat 3 times a week at most, plus beans, nuts, and seeds. The Mediterranean diet has also been found to cut the risk of other diseases like diabetes and cancer. Pat, the Mayo Clinic calls it the heart-healthy diet.
Well, it is heart-healthy. You know, we've had Susie Cohen, who's just a brilliant young lady. She's so attractive and so smart. And she's written a book called Vitamin Muggers. And she talks about what these statins do to take about CoQ10 out of our system. And they are devastating to heart health, devastating. And the widespread prescribing of statins has been critical in harming people. You know, those things hurt you. I mean, you have aches and pains and things for people who take statins.
Well, it reminds me of all those commercials that you see during the news hour, and everybody looks so happy, and then in the voiceover it says, "This could kill you."
That's right.
You know, and it's like drugs can kill you. We had a guy on recently that wrote a book called "Let Food Be Your Medicine," and it really is the best medicine.
Well, it is, but I mean, these statins are deadly. People don't realize how deadly they are. But as Susie Cohen wrote, Vitamin Muggers, they take the CoQ10 out of your heart. Your heart needs CoQ10 to subsist. And to take statins, and people think it's all cholesterol. Well, you need cholesterol for your brain. Cholesterol's important, and to try to cure somebody by taking away the thing that they need for their brains, to me, is a little...
And everybody stopped eating egg yolks because of that. And you need the fat. You need it, yeah.
Eggs are good for you. Good
and
for
the yolks.
You. And the yolks. All right.